On the morning of Friday, 3rd of October, 2025, Ireland woke up to the devastating news that Manchán Magan had passed away at the age of 55. This was due to an aggressive form of prostate cancer that had suddenly taken a bad turn. This news spread like a shockwave over the land, travelling through every tailach, every household and townland, as we all came to terms with this terrible loss. I, like many others, felt very struck and deeply hurt by his sudden passing. So I thought I'd make a quick video to just talk about him a bit and try to voice some of my feelings about him and the way he and his work has inspired me. For anyone who doesn't know him, Manchán Magan was a dedicated scholar and advocate for the Irish language and for Irish culture in general. Over the course of his life, he has created an astounding volume of documentaries, books, podcasts, live shows and workshops that all centred on different facets of the Irish language. But the thing with Manchan was that he approached all of this in such a different and far deeper way that I feel has never really been properly done before. For a big part of his work was focused on how the Irish language relates to the ancient landscape of the island, discussing the beautiful poetic meanings behind words and place names that were at risk of being lost forever. Gorgeous, evocative words and phrases like bogaheen, a boggy wet corner of a meadow, or yarver, the empty husk left behind from someone whose essence has been stolen away by the fairies, or smuggerla rowan, seal snot, the Irish name for jellyfish. All of these words and so many more are ones that I never would have come across had it not been for the tireless and dedicated work of Manchán Magan. To Manchan, and I'd be inclined to agree with him too, words like these show the unique way that our ancient ancestors looked at the world through Gaeilge. Things were described with a more playful inquisitiveness that recognised an dteanga, the magic of our home and the unknowable mystery of our marvellous natural spectacles. Without the modern safety net of science, things weren't categorised or classified, just talked about in a far more soulful way. And many of these words that Manchan has unearthed refer to actions and names which were once facets of everyday life in Ireland, but are now merely a faded folk memory, whispers of a time long past. I really feel that the lyricism of Gaeilge naturally has such a spellbinding allure to it, just purely by the sounds of the syllables and the way that words are conjugated. But its beguiling nature is enhanced so much more when you learn of the hidden meanings behind these wonderful words. Manchan connected these words to the island itself, to show Gaeilge as not just a language, but as anam na tír, the soul of the land. It's like a key that unlocks so many of the ancient stories and customs of our hishmahori, of our ancestors, allowing us to hear the echoes of their voices through the words and phrases that they used. It's the glue that holds together the whole story of Irish identity, connecting craft, music and myth, poetry and place names, and our deep-rooted links to the natural world. I feel so invigorated and excited by this new revolutionary way of looking at Irish, and for me, all of that started with Manchán Magan. It felt like he had so much more to teach us, so much more knowledge to impart, and so much more wisdom to share. But I suppose the brightest stars burn the fastest, and Manchan's flame was like nothing seen on Ireland ever before. He may be gone before his time, but he has left behind such a great volume of work that will provide a huge feast of learning to so many who seek to reconnect with our fragmented cultural identity. Books like 32 Words for Field and Tree Dogs, Banshee Fingers and other Irish words for nature, and not to mention his documentaries and podcasts like the Almanac of Ireland. I was due to attend his live show, Aran agus Im, in November, where Manchan would have baked sourdough bread, using it as a lens to explore some of the nuances of Irish language and culture. I always relate to the idea of it when I'm baking soda bread in an old 18th century rectory as part of my role in the Ulster Folk Museum, Cultra. I'd wanted to thank him in person for the profound impact that he's had on my life and my development as an Irish person and a student of Irish folk ways. Ach, tá Manchan imethe ar chlí na firinne, but Manchan has gone on the path of truth, so I'll never get the chance to do that now, so I may as well do it here. Manchán Magan, má bhaintear agus smaléach, go raibh míle maith agat, ar dheis go raibh anam.